The entire podcast we're going to be talking about sexycast.
Sexycast is what's up. Actually, you know what? Maybe let's
not. For our
audio
listeners,
maybe let's not.
Sexycast is an inside joke that we now have made in less than 30 minutes.
Exactly. Okay, so maybe for the sake of our...
The first episode is called Sexycast.
Okay, never mind. Here we go, people.
The Sexy Podcast.
That works for me. I don't know about you. I'm kind of vibing with it.
You're kind of vibing with the Sexy Podcast?
The Sexycast podcast.
The Sexycast Podcast.
Kind of a
Awfully
tongue twister.
coffee block.
It rolls right off the
Rolling
tongue.
off the dock. And,
Just sound like back in the Eminem song, like cause.
For our audio listeners, we're on our way to Oregano's.
To meet up with some crazy people.
Crazy cats.
To enlarge our podcast.
Some crazy cats.
We're gonna enlarge our podcast discussion about casts.
Yeah.
And give really
so sexy cats.
A really wide view on this
sexy
problem
cats.
that we're coming across here.
Wide feminine childbearing cast.
Feminine cast? You know, I don't know. I kind of like
feminine cast.
Kind of like.
I like a gender neutral cast.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like a nice blue one, black one.
Yeah, like a green.
You know, if you're talking about like pink or like bright blue, like
yeah, that's a turn off.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It depends where too. I mean, you know, think about.
Yeah.
I could rock with the foot cast. Not gonna lie.
Honestly, the foot cast is kind of gross. Like
I feel like it's
think
just
about that environment in the foot. Like it's kind of like humid. Yeah, that's nasty.
Well, you think about your like hands are gonna be the same, so on your wrists, and then if you have like a full arm cast, like what's she gonna do with that? You know.
I guess you're screwed when that happens.
Yeah, you're kind of screwed up.
Yeah, you're kind of screwed.
But hey, it's a cast. The cast is a cast.
The cast is a cast.
We can work with it.
You can work it out. We can work it out.
Yep. Okay, next subject.
Charlie Brown.
Dude, those are the good old days.
Charlie Brown.
Charlie Brown, man.
Charlie Brown got in a lot of casts, probably. He was hit with a lot of baseballs.
Overall, there's no way he didn't. I mean, but hey,
it's probably not sexy because he's a child.
Well, hey, hear me out. No, I'm kidding. But
so on the Sexy Cast podcast, we don't like gendered casts and we don't like minor casts.
Minor casts.
Yeah, we like gender neutral casts and adult casts.
Exactly. We also don't like toxic femininity casts and toxic masculinity casts.
Yeah, that's nasty.
Yeah.
No bueno. No te quiero.
Speaking of, what cast are we gonna get next? We gotta have like a Pokemon of casts.
Pokemon casts. Gotta catch them. Gotta catch them all. All times.
Gotta catch them. It's like gotta catch them. We're gonna be stuck. So obviously you can't see what's going on. We're in traffic.
For our audio listeners, we're in traffic.
Yeah, this kind of sucks. We just pulled up behind a dude. We're gonna be sitting here. Very happy.
He's got a Ram.
I'm so happy that I chose to drive this way instead of going around.
You should have went through the streets.
Yeah, I don't want to hear it. Okay. All right,
You should have gone through the streets.
Passenger. Either we're gonna die, or we're gonna make it, or we're gonna come out with some casts. So.
Oh, true.
Win-win-win, bro.
Cast?
Win-win-win. That's all I'm saying.
I'm a sexy with cast without the cast.
That is true.
So true. For our audio listeners, I'm very sexy without the cast.
With or without,
mm-hmm.
You know. Yeah, no, 10 out of 10.
For our audio listeners, Ian makes a fine young man with a cast on too.
I don't know if I'd say that much, you know. Maybe like a fine young troublemaker, possibly.
For our audio listeners, we're under a bridge right now, and this is really making me think about that one Red Hot Chili Peppers song.
It's kind of a vibe.
It is.
We're not moving at all in the middle of a freeway. Because that's how it's supposed to go.
This is tight.
It is. The traffic's tight, I'll tell you that.
You know, why do they call it the freeway if you're stuck all the time?
That's what the slaves were saying, okay?
The slaves. Do we know any? I don't know what to say on the podcast and what not to say on the podcast.
We're going to say everything within boundaries. We're going to say everything that we think we can say and then just go off of that. You know? And then you know, the listeners, they're going to either, you know, call us out or...
For our audio listeners, a motorcycle guy came in and he looks homeless, not going to lie.
He kind of does. It's a little bit of dirt bike.
He looks like he stinks. He looks like he has a cast, but like he's had that cast on even though his arm is like
Another note.
Fine.
Personal hygiene is extremely important, listeners.
Personal hygiene is very important. Very sexy.
If you want to pull girls or guys,
dudes,
for that matter,
or anything else,
whatever is out
children.
there, except that we don't like those minor casts.
Yeah, no minor.
You have to have good cast care.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotta have good cast care. It's very hard, especially if you're a person who precipitates a lot. Okay. It happens. It happens.
Interesting term.
It's a word, I think.
It's a word.
Let me reference Google on that one. Have fun looking that up.
Precipitation, the act of sweating, probably.
Or raining.
Raining.
If you're a person who's under rain a lot,
rain, go away.
Be careful because you can't get the cast wet. You can't have a wet cast.
That cast is gonna get stinky.
Yep.
Yeah, and then you're gonna be musky. I mean, some people like the musk, but not that kind of musk.
Yeah, that kind of musk is...
That kind of musk is like, no bueno, no te quiero.
Wow, listeners, this is one of my favorite songs playing right now.
For audio listeners, my burp just smelled like Wingstop.
TMI, Nico.
For audio listeners, this is my friend Ian.
Hi.
And I'm Nicholas.
Hello.
Hello.
I don't think I've met you before.
No, I don't think I've met you either. But you're fine as hell.
Oh, you too, dude.
Thank you.
You know what would make you better?
A cast.
A cast.
Say my name, say my name.
Even if there ain't no one around you, say, baby, I love you if you ain't playing games. Yes.
Are we going to get copyright claim for that?
No, we're not. Also, that, listeners, is our theme song between me and Nico.
Say my name.
Yeah, it just happens randomly. And neither of us can help singing to it. It's just a bop. It's a bop. No one can refute that. And if they do, we will fight you.
Yeah.
Leave it in the comments
You're gonna
below.
be left in a cast.
If you have a problem with that song, we will leave you with mini casts. And you know what? You'll be better off for it because we have sexy casts.
Oh yeah. We'll be sexy.
We're gonna make you better. Okay.
We'll discipline you. We'll discipline you because we love you and we want you to be sexy, just like us.
We love all of our listeners, except for the minors.
Except for the minors.
Except for the minors. Especially me.
Oh yeah. He hates minors.
Okay. Let's go with that. I actually love kids, but not like that. Hold up. People are gonna take that out of context. Not what I meant. I love kids. I would love to be a father.
Platonically.
Okay. Platonically. That's a bad word. That's a great. Well, you know what? Don't worry about it.
Does platonically exist, guys?
I'm good with handling smaller life forms as a parental type person, and I find joy in the caretaking of such creatures.
They're okay.
I think that's not gonna get me banned, right? Censoring.
Yeah, I know.
Demonetized?
You're just expressing that you want to.
Watch us get demonetized on the first. I know. Well, they're gonna
we haven't sworn yet, so.
That is true. Let me start that up. Okay. Well, they're gonna pull it on, and all they're gonna hear is talking about sexycast.
Sexycast.
Just saying, we're sexycast.
Sexycast.
We're actually Mexican.
Sexycast.
Listeners, my friend Nicholas is a fine hunk of a Mexican man.
I'm 100% Mexican.
He's just missing the accent, and it's okay because I love doing accents, and we're gonna mix it up.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna mix it all up.
Oh yeah, baby.
All tribes and nations around the world.
Around the world. We're calling out the Scatman's world.
Our first superhero invention of the podcast. A returning fictional character, the Scatman. We're gonna have to remember that, you know what I mean?
Scatman. Well, that's already a guy.
What is it?
Yeah, Scatman John.
Sorry, listeners, I am uncultured.
Yeah, he's not cultured. We can bring back Monkey Batman.
Monkey Batman? That's a good one.
Can Monkey Batman exist, guys?
Can Charlie Hanukkah? Charlie Hanukkah exist?
Does Charlie Hanukkah exist? Yes, in our hearts.
Charlie Hanukkah will always be in our hearts. Charlie Hanukkah was
for our audio listeners, even though this is completely audio, you don't need any
you really don't
other type of media for this. Charlie Hanukkah is the holiday that we celebrate to commemorate our friend Charlie's graduation last year and the subsequent events that followed afterwards.
It's a silent celebration.
It's a silent celebration.
In our hearts and our minds.
In our hearts and our minds.
We call it to mind every now and again, and we just say the words. Charlie Hanukkah. That's
all you need, man. That's it.
We're not trying to pull some pagan stuff.
You just gotta accept that Charlie Hanukkah is a thing.
It's a great thing.
Is Charlie a god? No. She's just something to be celebrated.
You know my eyesight's bad. I have bad eyesight. I may have read the street name wrong.
For our audio listeners, we may be on the wrong street to Oregano's.
But you know what? We're gonna get there.
Gonna get there.
We're gonna die, but it's okay. We will get there. We're gonna write down a will right now, probably in the audio, that we want to be buried under the oreganos, or at least our ashes spread in the bushes for cultivation.
I don't want to be buried by the oreganos.
No. Just me then. I'm good with that.
You can be spread by the oreganos. I want to be buried. Where do I want to be buried?
If you could put that anywhere, what would you do? Would you do ashes? Would you do ashes? Cremation? I would do cremation.
Yeah, cremation.
Where would you go?
Because I think I would be... Maybe I'd be taken here. Like, because I probably won't stay here forever. So maybe I'll be like, hey, you guys should take me to my hometown.
I don't know. I don't think that's a good... I like that. I don't think I've experienced enough life yet to decide something like that.
There's probably somewhere out there where it's like, wow, I want to get my ashes put here.
I don't think my ashes belong anywhere, personally. I don't feel right putting them anywhere.
If I ever get married, I think maybe if they had... For audio listeners, I just stuttered so hard.
You did. You took it back to the 90s,
Stone Ages, yeah. To the Scatman John era.
The Scatman John.
He was actually from the 90s, too. He died.
Dang.
Yeah.
Right, rest in peace,
Scatman John. Where's his cremate? Where's his ashes laid?
That would be a great trophy thing to go and find somebody's, like...
It's like a treasure map.
I know.
That's like a plot of, like, a really good, like...
That sounds like
comedy
some
buddy movie.
rich brat would do to somebody and be like, I'm gonna go make you find
Scatman John's ashes. I think if I happen to be married, I would like my ashes to be mixed with their ashes, so it could be a disgusting ash slushy.
Okay, I see that. But then depending on when you die generation to generation, if you live for a long time, it could be grandkids. But that means you'd have to ask your own children to put those ashes somewhere. Like, where would you feel comfortable, like, sending them to?
Oh, where would it... Oh, true.
Because you're putting that on them.
I could send them to North Korea.
That is crazy.
I could end the bloodline.
Budgets, bro. Budget that money.
Budget.
Okay, coupons. You're Mexican. You're supposed to
go to Burger King. Go to Burger King.
Just Burger King.
Just get a Whopper. Just put my ashes in a Whopper.
A Whopper wrapper.
A Whopper wrapper.
Just leave it on the side of the road for some homeless person to find and try to smoke. Okay, just do it.
Oh yeah. You could.
That would be terrible.
Hasn't somebody smoked their grandpa before? I feel like I saw that on YouTube Shorts.
Smoked their grandpa.
Yeah. Like they rolled him up.
They rolled him up.
They rolled him up and they smoked him up.
Got that crack.
Maybe.
That's interesting. Something to think about.
I'm surprised you've been able to keep the topics going for you.
Bro, podcasts are where it's at. Because it is definitely different from when because I feel like I'm talking to somebody that's not here. It's different from when we normally talk crazy, because when we normally talk crazy, obviously it would be monetized in like 5 seconds.
It just completely goes off the nuts.
Yeah, it does.
Let's not
go that way. But
I take my nuts off and I hold them. And I squeeze them out.
Viewers, listeners, whatever you are out there.
For our audio listeners, I don't have nuts, so it's okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of the controller of Nico's. I'm the quality control of what's happening. Obviously, I'm not doing a great job, but I'm a very boring person, so I apologize for future podcasts if this is just terrible. But you know what? We're living life. We get
For our audio listeners,
I have excuses to be boring.
Me and James, I was about to say your full.
I can't say that name.
I can't say.
Just have me hunted down on streets for the podcast. No one's gonna listen.
For audios. Oh, that girl who called you. She could hunt you down for the podcast.
She said she knew where I lived.
That's
We're not going to talk about that, viewers, because
that's scary.
But I'm going to get hunted by people.
That's drama.
It is drama. It really is.
That's drive.
That's where it's at, my guy.
We just dox ourselves. I'm going to have to bleep that.
You know what? We're good.
We'll work with it.
We're good. They don't know what we're talking about. We could be in Disney talking about some Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
How many clubhouse? We should stop talking about it.
Thousands.
At least we can edit this out. For audio listeners, we just had to edit that out. So I mean,
I was just planning on deleting every backup of whatever podcast we do with me in it.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a Pepsi truck.
That is a Pepsi. Okay. Viewers, we are seeing
a Pepsi truck.
Jesus himself. No, I'm kidding. That is a Pepsi truck.
Did you just say Jesus himself lactating?
I did not. Where do you hear such words? What is your vocabulary today? Lactating?
Sexycast.
Okay. Don't segue. Don't segue. Segueing is bad. No.
Segue.
Don't do it. And we are now into the Looney Tunes sound effects stage. We have yet to have alcohol. That is surprising.
For audio listeners,
I'm an alcoholic.
He is an alcoholic. I'm yet to taste a sip of that sweet, sweet juice.
Just exposed. That's so funny.
Are you actually an alcoholic?
No.
God damn.
But I could be if I wanted to. It's a life choice.
Are we almost at Barrows?
We are. We're Barrows?
Oh. You know, we could go to Barrows too if it's too bad.
I don't like you. But yes, we could. I'm gonna waste my gas money.
Coladas.
Arriba.
Coladas cortadas.
Tú es loco eso.
My Berlin girl.
No.
You came and you changed my world.
Calmete.
Alright. Audio listeners, this might be the end. Because we're almost out of regulars, I think.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever heard a podcast where they're on the move. Oh, Copper.
They're on the move.
Get him, sir.
Get him.
Popo.
Get him.
Pull that man's over. I don't think I've ever heard a podcast where they're like moving around.
Yeah.
It's kind of
that's like a streamer thing.
Yeah. We are kind of.
We're a crossbreed. We're inbred. Doesn't Popeye know that?
Do you know what inbred means?
It means pure.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I am now exiting the car at 20 miles an hour. I'll let you know if I survive.
You know, if the wait is like super long, we could go to that music store because me and Chari wanted to go to that music store.
What music store is that?
It's like, can't dox yourselves. It's a local.
Oh, got you. Elote Man. Okay, so our location is close
to Elote Man.
To Elote Man. There's some huge Mexican culture here, and they have a business out here called the Elote Man that's like been around since I was a kid.
We live in Canada.
It was funny. It's a really cool story. The original guy that was in my neighborhood when they started. They're
really?
originally out from Cali, and they came all the way out here. And
Canada.
They just have like the littlest like little handmade carts sometimes, like with golf carts attached to it. It looks really funny with rainbow umbrellas.
Is that the same guy that comes to my neighborhood?
That's kind of.
That could be.
No, they're everywhere, bro. Now, look, them. They have so many like workers under them in different like locations and stuff.
It's a pyramid scheme of Elotes.
It is, dude. It is. But this is one of my favorite songs. Gugu. Okay, if y'all don't know Goo Goo Dolls, it's an old like 90s 2000s rock band that are amazing. One of my favorite songs by them is Iris. It's like my favorite song by them. Give it a listen. It's totally worth it. If you're not into that, don't worry about it. You know, just shame me for having that interest. But okay.
Burger King.
Imagine just driving all the way out here and then going to Burger King.
That is so funny. Okay. For audio listeners, this is the end. We were here for 20 minutes in total. So now we're gonna check if anybody's here yet.
Goodbye.
We need an outro.
We do. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.